All right. So just to introduce myself, my name is Caleb Powell. I am a environmental scientist for the Tennessee Recycling. Well, I'm a board member for the Tennessee Recycling Coalition, but I'm also an environmental scientist for the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, the Office of Policy and Sustainable Practices. So this year we are, of course, on the virtual platform for our Recycler of the Year awards, and so I wanted to go over just a few housekeeping items and use of WebEx. So I am sending a chat right now. Everyone is muted upon entry, so we don't have a bunch of background noise while we are giving out the awards. And we would love, I mean, if you want to say congratulations or you'd like to say something, there's a little hand emoji, and you can raise your hand and I'll unmute you, and you can say your congratulations, give a comment, ask a question. If you would be more comfortable with doing just a chat, I'm sending a chat right now. So the chat box, you can send that either just to a specific participant, or you can send it to everyone like I just did. So feel free to do that throughout the webinar. So to start off, I would like to introduce the president of TRC. Meredith is our president. She has worked in many different arenas of recycling, such as like local governments, material processors, nonprofits, corporations, and commodity-specific groups in the industry. So she has been a great president for us, and she is going to talk to you guys a little bit about what TRC is and what we've been doing this year and what we've got going on next year.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for signing in today and spending the time with us to honor all of these Recycler of the Year award winners. And I'd also like to thank all the different applicants for all the awards, no matter if they won or not. We just like to highlight what's currently going on in Tennessee and really promote and congratulate them on all the great work that's currently happening. So just a little bit about TRC. As Caleb said, my name is Meredith Leahy, president of TRC for the last 2 years. I've been on the board over 10 years or so. My day job is with Rubicon, based out of Atlanta. But anyway, glad to be here with everybody today. If you don't know, TRC, our mission is to promote reuse and recycling all across Tennessee through different types of activities. And we have been around since 1990, so that's pretty cool. We work with all sorts of different groups, industries, businesses, companies, communities, individuals all together working to network to raise recycling as the standard in Tennessee. So we're glad to have a good mission there that keeps us going forward. So for this year, as with everything in COVID-related world, we normally have had in-person workshops, but because of COVID, we've turned to the virtual platform. So we've had a series of different webinars that we've had on different topics, as you can see there. So we tried to keep them pretty diverse, but very relevant to what people are dealing with. So this was part of the December one to kind of present these Recycler of the Year awards. Please stay tuned for the 2021 schedule. We're hoping to come up with some interesting topics for everybody to chime in and learn a thing or two and educate everybody about current topics and trends in recycling. And just wanted to thank all the different groups involved for the webinars from this year. So thank you for your participation. As far as our communication as a coalition, we utilize our website, newsletter, social media. We're trying to keep our membership up to date with relevant and meaningful information about trends, best practices, different issues that are facing the industry. So we really try to kind of keep pressing forward with all the things going on in recycling through that kind of communication. So as far as next year, we have our conference scheduled in person in Gatlinburg, August 25th through the 27th. So that's the end of August, but it's back at the Park Vista where we've been the last few years. We didn't have our conference this year, of course. But Rusty Wallace will be our keynote speaker. So we're looking forward to kind of gearing up for that and hopefully convening when it's safe and in person and kind of rejuvenate and reconnect with everybody. But we're looking forward to that, and I appreciate all the support that you've given us and will give us in the future. So thank you very much, everyone. And back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Meredith. Yeah, Meredith is our fearless leader for TRC, and she does a great job. Very, very good mentor and great person to know. So thanks for giving that update. Well, so what we wanted to do is for the awards this year, of course, it's going to be virtual. And so what we wanted to do is I'm going to be taking turns with Lincoln Young. A lot of you probably know Lincoln Young. He is our vice president for TRC, and we're going to be going back and forth announcing the winners. So I wanted to introduce Lincoln, and he's going to go over the award categories, and then we will jump right into it. So Lincoln is the owner of Rockwood Sustainable Solutions. He started recycling in 2014 when he founded Ground Up Recycling. Over the years, Lincoln has successfully grown his company with a specialization in construction and demolition recycling. The main products recycled at Rockwood Sustainable Solutions are wood, shingles, and tires. So he has a lot of a great background in recycling, somebody that I really look up to, and he's been a great vice president for TRC for the time that I've been a board member. So Lincoln, if you'd like to go over the award categories, we'll get started.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the introduction, and thank you all for being on this call. This year, as we're obviously seeing, we had to go virtual with our awards, but we still had a large amount of participants and nominations in really each category. But TRC's Recycler of the Year Awards really recognizes individuals, organizations, schools, and businesses in the state of Tennessee that have demonstrated a commitment to recycling. Each year, TRC honors the most dedicated and successful individuals or organizations that are working to advance recycling in our state. We've been doing these awards since 2005 and look to continue this as long as there are great recycling projects being done in the state. So anyways, I do commend all of you for your efforts and the things that you all are doing. Each year, we've added a few categories over the years. We've taken a couple away, but this year we have 8 categories. I'll explain each of those briefly, but in terms of the judging, what we did was we allowed nominations for about 2 months, and then we had judges from the state. We had a representative from TRC. We also had individual industry and nonprofits. We had 7 judges this year, ranging from, again, our industry to local schools, trying to get a broad, non-biased group of judges that were able to read through each category and kind of look over to pick the winners. So before we get into announcing those, again, we had 8 categories. The Business Recycler of the Year category is, most of them are going to be, kind of self-explanatory. But again, it's basically looking at a business that has a comprehensive recycling and waste prevention plan, and someone that sort of had innovation and is striving to move the needle on handling their waste materials, as well as their materials that have that could be waste but have value or valued commodities, as we call them. You then have the Government Recycler of the Year. This is for a government organization, whether that is a county or municipality that is kind of involved in significant waste stream diversion or diversion of newly marketable materials. It's someone that describes practical and successful programming, education, or methodologies It's someone that demonstrates the ability of the program to model in the community. And then we want to highlight our schools. We try to highlight a school that's in the 12th through, or kindergarten through 12th grade school. And so these are our schools that have had a successful program, or it may be an education that they're doing. It could be a drive of some kind, bringing in waste paper or aluminum cans or something of that nature. And so this year we had 4 different schools that had applied for this, and it was schools ranging from education to doing some challenges between classrooms. And it's always interesting to read those, because the amount of materials that these kids can bring in can be impressive. Next is a higher education, a college or a university that is implementing an on-campus recycling program, potentially dealing with green spaces or grants or an environmental piece of looking at how that university is handling the waste streams that are generated on site. The nonprofit recycler, again, is for recycling companies that are, or nonprofit organizations that are working to aid in moving materials on a nonprofit level. Then we get into the bottom 3 categories, well, not bottom 3, but the last 3 are the Innovator of the Year, the video, and the Tom Hadley. So the Innovator of the Year is really open to any organization, nonprofit, government, or business. And what that is it's a newer category for us, and what we're looking for are companies that are figuring out ways to be innovative in how they're recycling materials. This could be, this year it took a little bit of a different turn with COVID. A lot of the innovation was folks that were figuring out ways to continue their recycling programs or continue aspects of their business that were particularly hard to do. The video entry award of the year is always a fun category, and it's typically can be anything. It can be funny, it can be educational, it can be a marketing tool, but it is a video that is related to recycling. And then finally, our final award is the Tom Hadley Memorial Award. And the Tom Hadley Memorial Award is basically recognizing an individual that has spent a lifetime in educating, in implementing, and in developing strategies for recycling and recycling efforts. It's an individual award that is presented for someone that is successful in waste prevention and recycling efforts, in tons diverted in new programs, and things of that nature. So with kind of the introductory to the categories, I think we'll go ahead and get started with our presentation. So what we're going to do on the presentation is Caleb and I are going to go back and forth on presenting, and then after we are on each category, we'll pause for the winner to speak. So I do know on all of our winners, I do at least have one person that I know is going to speak, but if there's multiple people on the call, please let Caleb know so that he can unmute you. And we'll go ahead and get started, Caleb.
Yeah, thanks, Lincoln. So, you know, as everyone knows, this year has brought so many challenges. The pandemic has required us to really pivot and adapt daily to what we were used to, hence this whole virtual award ceremony. So for those of you that are joining the Recycler of the Year Awards for the first time, the TRC Board of Directors would like to say welcome and thanks for being a part of these prestigious awards. We hope that maybe next year you'll be able to come and join us. Like Meredith was saying, we have scheduled our 2021 TRC conference in Gatlinburg next August 25th through 27th. So, and that's where we'll do our in-person sort of luncheon or dinner for the awards. So we hope to see you guys there. Be on the lookout. There will be more information about the conference coming soon. So without further ado, we will move into our first category. So for the 2020 Business Recycler of the Year Award goes to, drumroll please, Florim USA. I wish I had a little clapping sound to go for this, but Florim USA is an award-winning porcelain and tile manufacturer, a leader in the global ceramic sector, and is committed to continued technological innovation in both tile manufacture and sustainability. Florim is located in Clarksville, Tennessee, and is the largest single-site porcelain tile manufacturer in the United States. At the foundation of Florim USA's industrial operations is concern for and preservation of the environment. Observing environmental regulations through certified environmental and quality management systems, Florim is committed to the environment, constantly placing attention on ecologically friendly and sustainable production options. At Florim USA, sustainability efforts are inextricably intertwined with the company's business and financial goals. Florim USA consistently implements innovative, sustainable practices and is continually seeking opportunities for such practices to support those business and financial goals. Utilizing internally generated production scrap, various post-industrial waste, and post-consumer scrap glass as novel raw materials, landfill diversion of many materials used at the facility, repurposing scrap pallets as well as reuse of our their super stacks, and recycling 100% of plant washdown water into the production process are a few of just their ongoing sustainability efforts. Furthermore, the company is steadfast in the development of sustainable building products, both residential and commercial. Through comparisons of life cycle assessments, porcelain tile is demonstrably more sustainable than any other competing flooring and wall covering product. So congratulations to Florim USA on being the Business Recycler of the Year. And I think we have a representative, Don, if he's on. Don, we got you unmuted if you'd like to say a few words.
Well, I'd like to thank you for this award. It fits very well with our goals. We appreciate it. And just to give you a little update, we're on track now for 6 million pounds of post-consumer glass this year, and we'll recycle 7,500 super sacks before the year's out. So it's more is better. If you have glass, give me a call. Thank you.
Thanks, Don, and congratulations. Yeah, if anybody's got glass they need recycled, Don's the guy. So reach out to me. I can connect you with him. Florim does some great things, and they're actually a part of the Tennessee Green Star Partnership as well. So congratulations to Florim USA.
All right, so the next category is the Government Recycler of the Year. And the winner of this category is the West Tennessee Regional Recycling Hub in Chester County. The recycling hub was started in 2010 with the aid of TDEC, Chester County, and the Solid Waste Department to increase rural recycling in West Tennessee. The recycling hub partners with over 11 cities and counties and processes over 6,000 tons of materials a year. The hub serves 150,000 rural residents and 50,000 urban residents in the region. By introducing the recycling cart program in 3 cities, the number of participants increased significantly, resulting in a 50% increase of recyclables brought to the hub by those cities in comparison to 2018. In 2018, the hub launched the Volunteer to Recycle slogan and created an education and outreach campaign geared toward educating residents, businesses, and municipalities about the advantage of recycling. The campaign also educated residents on the correct recyclables accepted at the hub and to increase recycling and reduction contamination. The hub's education and observation classroom, social media, and community presence are utilized to educate the public on recycling and other environmental issues. We have Misty as a representative today with us, but wanted to say a very good congratulations to West Tennessee Regional Recycling. They do a fantastic job at of aiding in West Tennessee in all recycling and with a lot of different spokes that come to them. So Misty, are you on with us?
Yes, I'm on. We would like to say thank you for choosing West Tennessee Regional Recycling Hub as the 2020 Government Recycler of the Year. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. You do a great work there. Thank you so much.
All right, next we have the School K-12 Recycler of the Year. So for the 2020 School Recycler of the Year goes to Lipscomb Academy Lower School. So Lipscomb Academy, let's see, 1 second real quick, let me pull this up. Lipscomb Academy Lower School students and facility have continued their outstanding environmental program in 2019, including projects in which all students participate in a green team, in which first and second grade students, which you can see here, use science lab projects to learn about sustainability and environmental protection. Results from all of their focused efforts are outlined in some of these next slides. Energy education efforts garnered awards for the Green Team, and in April, they received both the Tennessee Primary School of the Year and the National Primary School of the Year awards from the National Energy Education Development Project. Recycling efforts not only gathered the largest number of recyclable items in school history, but also earned $250 in gift cards for those in need in the Nashville community. And they also encouraged the participation of nearly 400 households in the community in recycling efforts at home. So it's really awesome seeing recycling culture being taught at a young age, because then they bring that home and then sort of force their parents to you know, like where's this going? This should be recycled and stuff like that. So really props to Lipscomb. They've also got water quality efforts, including fundraising by the students in addition to the educational campaign for the Seed School, that's 2 to 5-year-olds, resulting in a gift of $500 to Healing Hands International for repair of a well in Haiti. So they've done tremendous community education efforts spread through the students to their families who are encouraged to recycle at home, and to the community at large, who are encouraged to not only recycle at home, but to bring items to recycling day that cannot be recycled through the current monthly curbside recycling programs. So that's through Metro Water Services. So congratulations to Lipscomb Academy Lower School on being the School K-12 Recycler of the Year.
And the director of this program is Ginger Reasonover, and I think I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, may not be. But Ginger, if you would, I think Caleb will unmute you, and we'd love to hear a little bit about your project.
Okay, so I am actually co-director. Becky Collins and I both direct this program here at the Academy Lower School. And thank you very much for the honor. We always love it when we can get our information out to the public. The real reason we do it is for the kids. And like you said, once you teach the children how to do it, then they go home and come back, parents come back to us and say, they won't let me throw anything away. So that's the idea. That's what we want them to do. It has been a little bit trickier this year, as with COVID. Some of our big recycling events we have not been able to do yet. Our American Recycles Day got postponed until the spring, but we have still found ways to involve the children in recycling, and have even picked up a few different recycling activities that we did not have before this year. So I'm going to give Becky just a minute to talk, but again, thank you very much for the honor.
Yes, thank you very much. The children are very excited about the award, and we had a little meeting yesterday. They were cheering very loudly. I hope you heard them. We've been working really hard to bring in aluminum cans and plastic bottles for recycle. We are planning toward America Recycles Day in the spring, where we bring in recyclables from the community, which are hard to recycle, things like old computers and old phones and coat hangers and medications that are outdated, and also anything from old fabric to things that they need shredded. So we have a wide range of things, and the whole community is invited to come through our circle in front of the school and bring all their junk they want to get rid of. So we are making big plans for that in the spring.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. Thank you for what you're doing there. I know as a longtime member of TRC and active recycler in our area, the education that is done in our schools is critical. And so I really appreciate what you all are doing there at Lipscomb. So congratulations for that. Our next category is the Higher Education Recycler of the Year Award. And the winner of this award this year goes to Tennessee Tech University, TTU. I'm an alumni from there. In 2019, inspired by the motto, Purple Pride Goes Green, the Office of Sustainability of Tennessee Tech University led a holistic approach to improve sustainable management of the natural environment on campus. This approach included passing policy changes to preserve green spaces, supporting and expanding campus gardens, instituting an integrated sustainable operating system for landscape development, pest management, and earning multiple certificates or certifications, The mission of the Office of Sustainability is to create a more environmentally friendly campus that provides mentoring and support through the integration of research engagement for a sustainable campus. Its work is guided by the Sustainable Campus Committee. Its members are appointed by the university president and include students, faculty, and staff. So congratulations to Tennessee Tech on this award. Today we have, representing TTU, we have Ms. Delaney Miller, went football there for a minute. But anyways, Ms. Delaney Miller on with us today to talk about their program.
Hello. Thank you so much for acknowledging our efforts in this area. Our students run the Recycle program. It operates out of the Office of Sustainability. And currently we have 7 students who pick up the recycling around campus. And it has been challenging for us also this year. One of our large events on campus was postponed, our low impact event where we do most of our composting, heating up the quad. That was postponed this year, but we still are maintaining our recycle pickups. And what's interesting is even though we've collected less total waste, we're still recycling about 20% of the total waste on campus. So we're proud of that. And we do have an active student government who has passed several bills promoting sustainable activities related to campus life. And what we try to do in our efforts is to show students that no matter what career they choose, they can still live sustainably. And the basic, easiest way to do that is to recycle. And so a lot of groups, student groups on campus participate in that. We have an annual event that's hosted by our local Keep Putnam County Beautiful Clean Commission. And this year we had over 100 students from 10 to 12, about 12 student groups who helped clean up Putnam County areas. So we're real proud of our efforts, and thanks again for acknowledging that. We appreciate you all.
Absolutely.
All right. Our next award for this year is the 2020 Nonprofit Recycler of the Year. And the winner of this award is the Nashville Food Project. Congratulations. The Nashville Food Project brings people together to grow, cook, and share nourishing food with the goals of cultivating community and alleviating hunger in their city through a just and sustainable food system. The Nashville Food Project originated in 2007 as the local arm of the Texas-based nonprofit Mobile Loaves and Fishes. Since that time, it has served thousands of Nashvillians facing food insecurity through a meal distribution program. In 2011, the Nashville Food Project was incorporated as an independent nonprofit, shifting the focus on their meals program towards collaborative partnership model and launching an urban agricultural program. Their 2019 programming offerings consisted of a partnership-based community meals group supported by their urban agriculture and food recovery programs. This program shared 264,868 meals in collaboration with 58 nonprofit partners. It also consisted of a food recovery program that diverted 145,037 pounds of edible food from the landfill in partnership with 6 grocers and food wholesalers, 27 farms, 37 restaurants and caterers, 57 schools and community organizations, and 68 individuals. The 2019 program also included an urban gardening program that provided agricultural space, training, and resources to 69 families, prioritizing families that face barriers to accessing fresh food. And last but not least, the 2019 program offered a market garden program that supported 7 new American families from agrarian backgrounds in growing produce to sell for personal income for a total of $35,544. So congratulations to the Nonprofit Recycler of the Year, the Nashville Food Project.
Thank you. I think on the call we have, I believe it's LK, and then I think I see Janisha on the line here as well, Levy. So if you guys would like to comment or love to hear a little bit more about your project.
Sure, absolutely. So thank you. This is an absolute honor, and honestly, in this to receive this right now in 2020, it's a big deal for us. We're super excited. So thank you all for the nomination and the actual award. We really appreciate it. I mean, you guys already talked about the numbers, so I'll just bring this up real quick that, you know, everyone else has been on here saying we've had to change some stuff up for 2020, and we're kind of actually excited to see that our numbers are on track to still be able to share over 220,000 meals from all of the food that we've been able to recover. And then with the pivoting that we've had to do, we've been able to actually increase how we actually even share our produce and the pantry goods that we bring in through donations and rescuing through the grocers that we partner with. So we're looking at being on track to having recovered about 120,000 pounds of food that would normally have gone into the landfills. As many of you probably know, part of our big initiative here is to help divert the 40% of the food that's manufactured here, grown here, that goes straight to landfill. So that's a big part of our initiative and part of our programming here. So we're just excited to be able to still, even in the pivoting that we've had to do here in 2020, see all those meals and see all that food being recovered and then being able to share. I think we're on track to do about 110,000 pounds of food that we're actually sharing. So that's produce and shelf-stable food. So super excited about all of that and how we can collaborate with everyone here in Nashville through our programming. And Janisha, if you're on and you want to say something, please jump on.
Yeah, thank you for your support. Was staggering to kind of see the numbers that y'all are able to do, and you know, with really any material, being able to repurpose that material or reuse that material or even just redistribute is such a huge need, and you know, food and organics make up a huge volume of waste that goes into landfills, and what y'all are doing is great for our community in Middle Tennessee and beyond. So congratulations on that. All right, let's move to the next category, which is the 2020 Innovator of the Year Award. So this award goes to Brown-Forman, the Clifton Mill. So the Brown-Forman mill has been in Waynesboro, Tennessee since 2001. They produce over 200,000 barrel sets of staves each year from the 10 million plus log feet of white oak purchased locally. The mill is a two-shift operation with 62 employees comprised of 56 hourly technicians, 6 salary administrative and management positions. So during the COVID crisis, the mill has been able to maintain production by keeping employees safe with temperature checks, masks, gaiters, hand sanitizer, and things of that nature. The Brown-Forman Clifton Mill has been recycling since it started in 2001. The mill recycles used oil, cardboard, metal, as well as byproducts from their barrel production plant, which would be sawdust and wood chips. They're also utilizing a lot of the unusable portions of their material to create fuel in a furnace to heat their facility there in the winter. And so congratulations to Brown-Forman and to what you're doing there at your Clifton Mill. So today we should have Jeff Elliott on the line. And Jeff, if you would, give us a little bit of an introduction to your facility there.
All right, thank you, Lincoln. First, I want to say thank you to Lindsay Ross and Robert Hayes of the Wayne County Solid Waste for recognizing us, nominating us. You know, Brown-Forman is a large spirits company based out of Louisville, Kentucky. The Clifton Mill is just one small piece of the pie, and usually the most recognition goes to our biggest brand, which is Jack Daniel's, and all the wonderful things that they do. So it's real nice to bring some recognition to the small local mill. We've been, like you said in there, recycling. We went back and looked over the past 4 years, and we recycle on average 40,000 tons of materials every year. We started in 2017 actually looking to see, okay, we had heard about the zero waste facility and what does it mean to be a zero waste. So we started weighing the trash truck that comes in and out. We were weighing everything else, so we weighed that so we can get a good feel for it. We not only surpassed the metric to be a zero waste facility, but starting in 2017, we were at 0.03% of materials that actually went to the landfill. As of last week, I ran this again to see where we're at for the year of 2020. So far, we've recycled 43,421 tons of material, and only 7 tons went out through the trash truck. So that's a 0.017% of actual waste. So again, I just want to say, you know, thank you very much for Lindsay and Robert, the help that they give us with the frequent pickups, suggestions, containers. And then also for nominating us, and then the coalition for recognizing us with this award. We're very honored to receive this.
And thank y'all for what you do there, for sure. Caleb, ready to?
All right, yes, this is a pretty exciting one. We have our Video Entry Award of the Year, and that is going to go to Refurban. I'm going to actually try to play this video, so let me know, Lincoln, if it's not, you can't hear the video or anything, and I'll also be putting the link, the YouTube link to this video in the chat. But here we go. Let's see.
I pull up to your trash, all I see is cash. I'm like,
Hey, maybe mute your line so it So that was a great video, and I mean, wrote a rap and everything. So just congratulations to Refurban for, and here's a little picture to go with it. I don't know, do we have?
Yeah, so either Misty Polk or Devin James, which I don't know if I've seen either of them on the call or either of you on. I know they were trying to figure out if they'd be able to be on, but just a quick information about Refurban. They're in Memphis, and he actually has a couple of these rap videos that are about recycling and things of that nature. This is the one they submitted, but they're all pretty fun. But Refurban is in downtown Memphis, and he works with electronics recycling, has worked with a lot of other materials, but also takes in materials where he has a community of folks that come in, and playing around is probably not the appropriate word. What they do is they're taking materials, painting them, putting them together, making new products out of them, and then they sell them back in the community. Most of what he's doing is able to go in to support the community that he's in and around, to provide jobs for folks, as well as you know, kind of cleaning up the areas in and around his facilities there. Devin has got his start in electronics, both in Memphis and in the St. Louis area, and now is kind of diversifying out into some other materials. So congratulations to them on this video that will now be stuck in our head for the rest of the day.
I was just singing it in my head. I also put it, the YouTube link in the chat so everyone can watch it over and over again if you can't get it out of your head already. So.
All right. So our last award is the Tom Hadley Memorial Award, and I'm excited to present this award this year to Keith Street. Keith is the solid waste director of Putnam County. Keith is retiring this year, and at the end of this year he will be retiring from this position, but he's worked there. I'll let him speak in a moment. I think it's over 20 years, but I'm not exactly sure exactly how long it's been there. But anyways, Keith has made some significant contributions to recycling in Tennessee. As a solid waste director, Keith has helped with market studies on curbside and shingle recycling in the area, as well as managed, operated, and developed Putnam County solid waste and recycling program. During his career, Keith has worked with several different companies, from tire recycling to glass recycling to setting up waste, to looking at feasibility of waste energy plants. Keith has specifically been instrumental in helping start my business, if you want to know the truth. I was not a judge on this, but Keith believed in me when I first got started in 2014. And he was instrumental in helping set up Rockwood Recycling as our first plant was there in Cookeville that handled shingle recycling. For years, that program recycled over the course of about 6 years, that program recycled over 30,000 tons of materials that were maintained out of the landfill. He was able to work in education, in the schools locally, as well as commissioners and politicians, and help with the university and aid in really public health for the county. Keith is he's not only leaving this position this year, but he's also leaving leaders behind him, men that have worked under him, that he has trained. And so I can confidently say that, and this is a huge compliment to Keith's leadership, is that as he is retiring, he's leaving men behind him that are able to move right in with no lapse in service, no lapse in growth or education, and they're able to continue to increase recycling and continue to help develop infrastructure and change the overall picture of their community. Keith has become a good friend of mine and at times a mentor. This year, his area was hit with a very large tornado in Putnam County, as we all know. And about a month ago, I had the privilege of speaking to our state solid waste directors about what Keith and his team did during that tornado. And the materials that they were able to recycle, the metal that they were able to move out of the landfill, the wood that they were able to utilize there on site for different applications, and really how he managed that catastrophe there. So congratulations to Keith Street, well-deserved award winner here of the Tom Hadley Award. Keith, I believe, is on the line with us today. So Keith, if you would chime in here. You there, Keith? No.
Have him unmuted. Let's see.
Yeah. I see that he's on, but well, anything?
No, let's see.
Well, I can speak on his behalf because I have personally reached out and talked to him, but he was very excited to have received this award, and again, excited for him and all that he's done. So he now has Doug and Jackie on his team, the guys that were pictured there with him, and I know they were going to be kind of helping handle the solid waste role there at Putnam County. So again, congratulations to Keith on that. So anyways, I'll turn it back over to Caleb here in a second, but that wraps up our 2020 Recycler of the Year Awards. Just as a little bit of housekeeping, the winners of these awards will receive a actual physical award. Due to COVID, unfortunately, those awards weren't able to get done before this, and so they're actually in production now. And my plan is to reach out to each winner, and we'll be more than happy to meet you personally and come and present that at your facility. If that's something that you don't want, we could always mail them to you or do something of that nature. But those awards should be in the next week or so, and so would love to follow up not only with this presentation, but hopefully be able to follow up with giving those to you here in the next couple of weeks. I'll turn it back over to Caleb to close us out.
Appreciate it, Lincoln. Yeah, every year I am just so amazed at the great work that is being done in our wonderful state for the future of recycling. I wanted to thank, first of all, our award recipients on the great work that you've done. These small awards don't really do justice for all the work that you've put in, but we here at TRC want to do as much as we can to try to recognize the efforts that you're putting in to help out recycling in Tennessee. So this is going to be recorded, so we will have the link to this if you want to show somebody, or you want to go back and you forgot somebody who won, you wanted to watch that video again, you can see that on our website. And then also, I wanted to tell everyone to please stay up to date with all of the things that we're doing. We are changing some things up with TRC, and we're very excited about next year. We're very excited about the webinar series that we're going to be having. We're going to be discussing the start of the year about some of those topics. So very excited about that. Keep up with us on our Facebook page and also on our website. So without further ado, that concludes our 2020 Recycler of the Year Awards. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of it.
Thank you. Congrats.